Morning, everyone. Day 4 of Davos, if you can believe it. Thanks for starting with us here today. I'm really excited for the program. I'm John Otto, the GM of Axios Live. Huge thanks to Qualcomm House, our venue partner. But programs like this are not made possible without the support of our underwriters and partners. And so, like today and this morning, MGX and Mubadala Investment Company have been huge supporters of us today. So I'm excited to introduce to the stage Chief Investment Officer of Technology at MGX, Ali Osman. Come on up, sir. And Deputy Chief Strategy Officer at Mubadala Investment Company, Mark Antaki. Mark. All right. So let's start off big picture here. Mubadala supported the launch of MGX, and really want to understand a little bit more for the audience here. What's the relationship like? What's the working relationship with both groups?
Thank you very much, Sean, and good morning, everybody. Pleasure to be here. Maybe a quick intro on Mubadala for those that don't know Mubadala. We're an Abu Dhabi-based global investment company, portfolio size 330, globally diversified. And the way we invest with top-tier partners, both directly and indirectly, in teams and sectors and geographies where we have deep convictions. Things like technology, where we deployed capital in semiconductor and software over the past 10 years, in healthcare, life sciences, also in the past 10 years, clean energy, and. What happened over the past couple of years with that inflection point of Gen AI, the acceleration of a lot of thematics in the AI space, we decided to have a dedicated, focused team vehicle to look at the AI space and go at the speed that that space actually requires. We have built tremendously fantastic relationships, partners, access, depth of expertise across the 20 years of capital deployment we've been doing. But that space in particular requires dedication, focus, and active deployment. I'm sure that my colleague Ali is going to speak a lot about MGX and the cool stuff that we're doing. But aside from the MGX story, the AI thematic is also driving a lot of acceleration on the other thematic where Mubadala is involved. So we continue to push on both fronts, dedicated AI ecosystem, the other areas as well, and certainly benefit from that close proximity and collaboration.
And Ali, talk to us a little bit more. MGX's strategic AI investment goals for this year. Help the audience understand that a little bit more.
And I think Mark said it well. We basically, about 18 months ago, took a step back and really wanted to redefine what it meant to be an investor, an AI-first investor, or an AI investor in an AI-native environment. And we came to the conclusion that you needed to have the ability to invest across the entire thematic and ecosystem. That meant you needed to invest across asset classes, across risk categories. You needed to be able to bring scale to the table. That is very important given the capital needs of the space. And so we built MGX to be an AI first and AI thematic fund with the ability to invest across semiconductors, across AI infrastructure, including data centers, compute as a service, and eventually token as a service and intelligence as a service, as well as the entire tech stack, right? So thinking about frontier models, obviously looking at every layer, as well as software businesses that ultimately will be transformed. And so as we think about the enablers of this technology, taking a 12 to 18, even 24-month view, the infrastructure and the infrastructure build-out is going to be a critical piece of the puzzle. That's really where we're focused today.
And in terms of where you see the most opportunities for applications in industries, how do you look at that from an investment standpoint?
I think one thing we have yet to see from an application perspective is really where enterprises are pursuing growth and growth opportunities rather than efficiency in deploying AI applications. So we're starting to see a lot of enterprises, and we've heard this throughout the week, a lot of enterprises have started to look at efficiencies and optimizing the way they do things today, leveraging technology in order to be more efficient. The reality is, we think that the opportunity is actually how do you bring value forward by looking at growth? How can you serve your customer better? How can you unlock customer ROI as the enterprise? We think that we're very early days with respect to that.
And Mark, so while there is every bit intention around what UAE has to offer. There is also every bit of a global opportunity for AI. So, in terms of like global presence and global focus, how does Mubadala look at that?
So we're in many different geographies. Let me maybe take them west to east. So the U.S., North America, the U.S. We are 40% of our portfolio is in the U.S. We've been building that portfolio for quite a while. It's been playing out extremely well. Like I said, we built great relationship, great businesses. They're performing extremely well. We continue to perceive the U.S. as a great market to attract capital. And the reasons are pretty known, the depth of the markets, the quality of deal flow, the partners that we have, the capital markets that are extremely attractive. But also, if you just look at that drive on innovation and technology, is fueling that productivity drive that you see translating into a lot of great businesses going from local to global, etc. So there's a lot of exciting thematics in the US that we continue to underwrite. The consumer space, the new consumer space, the young generations coming upstream. Healthcare is big, energy is big, the infrastructure as a whole is very interesting, and so forth. So we continue to look at the US as a prime market. If we go a little bit more towards the east, Asia as a whole, also we have more or less 40% of our portfolio in Asia, including the UAE. UAE, at the end of the day, is in Asia, is a big growth market for us. And I'll speak a bit about the UAE in a couple of minutes. But Asia is a place where we've been deploying capital for the past 10, 15 years. We see huge growth opportunity on the back of simply demographics. Just look at the pace of growth, population, young generations coming online. Think about all the reforms that have been happening in, call it India, other places, and how it's attracting more and more business, FDI, capital formation, etc. So in Asia, and Asia is big, we cannot speak about Asia as one country or one geography. India has been a bright spot for us. We've been doing quite a lot there, and we continue to deploy capital in India. China, we have a capability that we built there for the past 10 years. We all know the challenges that are ongoing, and there's a lot of reforms coming, but we're extremely well positioned in China to be able to scale at the right time because we are early positioned, whereas a lot of our peers or other capital deployers have pulled out from China. There's a lot of other bright spots in Asia that we're also contemplating. But let me stop on the UAE because UAE is a very exciting growth story. A lot of you know how the UAE has developed over the past 20, 30 years and has put everything in place that is needed to be able to continue that forward-leaning journey of innovation, of vibrant economy, and really focusing on the future sectors. So we're in the UAE, give or take, at 20-25%, have great presence. But the UAE is a place where we're significantly deploying capital as well to continue help building the economy, the country, but also simply because it makes sense.
We are coming up on time. We're going to get the hook, but we're in Davos. Let's pretend like we have a crystal ball here. What's one big thing you're most excited about for this year?
I think from what we're seeing, picking up on your point on applications, the evolution of the application layer, I think will be extremely material in 2025. From some of the technologies that we're already seeing being rolled out over the course of the next 2 months, it will transform the way we work today. And the embracing of that technology and of the application layer by the enterprise, again, from a growth standpoint rather than an efficiency standpoint, is really what I'm most excited about in 2025.
Mark?
Certainly application and things coming real, but I'll take maybe a different spin. I think one thing that's going to be very interesting is partnership and collaboration. And we all hear that fragmentation, isolationism, certainly is going to have an impact. But throughout my entire week at Davos, partnership is critical not only to navigate that complex world, because it's very clear that nobody can do it alone. And at the same time as these partnerships actually form and enhance, these partnerships can help shape a bit that world of tomorrow in a different way that these partnerships were working in the past. So very much looking forward to it.
That's all the time we have. Mark, Ali, thank you so much for the conversation today. And a huge thanks again for the support with MGX and Mubadala Investment Company. So, Eno will be up next for our next conversation. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.